When I first started going to gym, I thought all I needed to do was go to the gym and just lift some weights. But after so much trial and error of trying so many different things, I realised just going to the gym isn't enough to build your dream physique. Instead, what you need to do is you need to change your lifestyle, your daily habits, what you do each day. That's how you actually build your dream physique. The good news is you can design a daily routine that can build you muscle, keep you lean, and make you feel like your best self. And in this video, I'm going to break down the morning routine to boost my energy and keep me disciplined, the exact meals I eat to stay lean and muscular, and the nighttime routine that helps me recover quickly. Step one is the morning routine. I remember about a year ago when I used to wake up and I had this super dense, loads of things I was doing with my morning routine. I'd wake up, I had this affirmation list that I'd read with 20, 30 affirmations in. Then I'd try have a cold shower, then I'd try and meditate. Then sometimes I'd try go for a walk, get the sunlight exposure. I had so many things I was doing. And the thing is, I never really completed that morning routine. I tried to do it every day, but it never really happened. By the end of the morning routine, I was just drained and I didn't want to do anything. This meant I didn't show up to the gym as much. I didn't train as much as I was meant to. I just wasn't consistent and disciplined with it. And it's all because I just overcomplicated. I thought I had to do every good habit there was. As if you look online and you look at Instagram reels, you see people with the most autistic morning routines. They're doing meditation, then affirmations, then journaling, then prayer. They have 100 things they're doing every morning. But that's just not sustainable. It's not something a normal person can do every day. So instead, what I found is you actually got to keep it simple. You got to do the basic things daily. And that's how you can actually keep a sustainable, consistent morning routine. If you keep it simple, it's just easy to do. You only have 1 to 2 things you do each morning. It's so much better and it's so much just more helpful for consistency. As the goal of the morning routine is to start the momentum, start your day rolling and get on to a good note. So the first habit and the first thing I like to do every morning when I wake up is a cold shower. I would recommend doing a cold shower as soon as possible, as the more you think about it, the less likely you are to do it. So what I like to do is I like to wake up, I'll get changed and not get changed, sorry. I'll make my bed and do all that different stuff. And then I'll try to go to a cold shower straight away. I'll walk in my bathroom, I'll turn the shower on, and I'll just jump in the cold. I'll try not think about it, try not procrastinate it. I'll try to do none of that and just step into the cold shower. As I've been doing this for the last 6 months, and I haven't really missed that many days. Maybe I've missed 10, 20 days in the last 6 months, but most of the days I've been doing it. And the biggest benefit I feel from a cold shower is just how alive you feel. You step into it and it's you take this, this proper gasp of breath and you just get so much life and so much energy into you straight away. As when I wake up, I don't know about you, but when I wake up, I feel very foggy. My eyes still feel heavy. I still feel a bit messy. I don't feel clean. I feel like I'm still sleepy. But the second I wake into that cold shower, you can imagine what happens. You get so much energy, so much life. Your eyes spring awake. And this is why I do a cold shower. There's other benefits to it. Like they say it's good for muscle recovery and all these different things. But I find if you do a cold shower straight first thing in the morning, it wakes you up and it makes you feel alive. They also do recommend not to have a cold shower after a workout, as that decreases how much your muscles grow. But I don't think it matters that much, but I find best in the morning straight away, because you've got to get it done straight away. It's generally the hardest thing I do each day. So if I do it the first thing, I eat that food and I do it the first thing in the whole day, then I get such good momentum to start my day. And the second simple thing I do is I get morning sunlight as well. After I've had my cold shower, usually I'll put some clothes on, and my next goal is to just step outside for 5-10 minutes and just soak in the sunlight. Sometimes I like to do grounding at the same time, where you just walk barefoot on grass. But the main objective of what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get morning sunlight. So this is where, even if it's not sunny, it could literally be raining, I'll still step outside and I get morning light into my eyes. As this has so many benefits to it. First, it gets your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm is essentially your body's clock. So it works out in the morning, you'll feel more awake because of your circadian rhythm. And then throughout your day, you'll start to get tired and tireder. And then when you go to sleep, it's your circadian rhythm again. And through windows and everything, our circadian rhythm doesn't get activated properly. We don't actually feel proper awake. And you've probably experienced this yourself. If you sit inside all day, the second you step outside, the light's a bit too bright for your eyes. It's a bit shocking. It burns your eyes a little bit. That's what I find every morning when I walk downstairs and I go outside. The light, it's quite bright when I first step outside. But doing this every day is the second way to wake yourself up. It gets that circadian rhythm going, which is how we wake ourselves up. So I go outside and I step out. I try to go bare chest as well and just get the sunlight. Why I try to go bare chest, especially if it's like a really sunny day, is because your skin obviously absorbs vitamin D. This is really good just for your overall health, even for the like healthiness of your skin, how many spots you have on your face. But as well as this, it boosts your testosterone. There's like scientific studies that talk about how like getting in the sunlight first thing in your day and getting sunlight throughout your day boosts your testosterone. It helps your muscle growth hormones and everything. So like within the first, I try to do first 30 minutes of my day. I try to get outside in that sunlight just for 5 minutes, even for 2 minutes if you can. Or even if you can't get outside for whatever reason that is, like you can't, maybe you're too much in a rush and you're going to school or you're going to work. Instead, when you're driving in your car, just open the window, even if it's cold outside. I like to open the window when I'm driving in the car and I'll just look outside and I'll let some sunlight get into my eyes. Doing just anything to get that sunlight into your eyes will help with your circadian rhythm. That will help with your night routine. It will help with everything. So that's the second habit I like to do, is just get that sunlight. And then just the next thing I do is I go about my day. But the thing is with this, I go about my day, I plan everything I do the night before. I'm going to talk more about this in my nighttime routine. But essentially, I know exactly what I'm doing with my day before it's even started. Like even today, I planned, okay, in the morning, I'm going to record this video. And after this, I'm going to go to the mosque and I'm going to go swimming. Like I have my whole day planned before it's even started. And this is what I like to do every day. Is it keeps me structured. It means I don't have to think about it. So I know what I'm doing every single day. So I'm going to explain how you can do this in the nighttime part of this video. But we want to keep this in mind. We want to have our day planned. So you want to know what you're doing every single morning. Even the simple things I have described here took me so long to realize. It was such a headache to work out all this different stuff. I did so much trial and error over literally 2-3 years of trying to work this stuff out. But once I worked it out, I started to see progress. I started to build muscle. And I started to get into great shape. And you can fast track this progress. You can go so much faster in this. And I've built a full course on how to build your dream physique, how to build a physique like you're a fitness influencer, how a fitness influencer physique looks. And that's all in the link in the description, where you can just fast track your progress. You can get step-by-step guides of exactly what you need to do. So you don't have to do all that thinking, all the trial and error, all the trying to work out. Instead, you just do the stuff that's proven and that works. But through all this morning routine, what I want you to understand is you don't need this complicated process. You don't need to do a morning routine like everyone does, where they do meditations, yogas. I remember I used to have mornings where I'd go outside, I'd try to do yoga for 30 minutes, and I'd try and meditate. I'd try go for a walk. Like I'd try being this proper Zen, spiritual, like morning routine thing. But it just didn't have much benefit to my life. It didn't have a benefit to muscle growth at all. It didn't get me my dream physique any faster. Instead, just simple habits that work really well for you and make you feel alive, make you feel awake, and make you feel ready for your day, ready for your gym session. That's why I find cold shower and sunlight so important, as this just wakes me up. That's all I want to do with my morning routine. Wake up and feel alive. You may find that with meditation or with breath work, or there's 100 of different things you can do, but keep it simple. That's what I want you to understand with this part. Is once you overcomplicate, once you do loads of things, that's when it messes up. That's when you can't stay consistent with it. So you keep it simple. The last little thing is, this isn't like mandatory, or this isn't the thing not everyone has to do, but I love to train in the morning. This is when I find the best time to train. I train empty stomach, fasted, and after I've done the shower and I've gone outside to get the sunlight, I go straight to training usually. I just find this is when I work best. This is when I have the most energy, as I can put 100% of my effort into my workout. So I train as hard as I can in the morning, and I have the best sessions every time in the morning. I'm for certain I do. So if you want a time to train and you want to find the best time, I always recommend the morning. Try do it like as soon as you can. Do the cold shower, step outside, and then train. Do whatever you're doing, running, the weights, whatever it is, but try train in the morning. The gym's so much better in the morning. It's emptier, it's nicer people, like it's not so busy, and you just have more energy. You don't feel sluggish. Like I remember when I'd finish school and I'd go train in the gym. I was so tired. I generally couldn't be asked. There were so many sessions. I'd do about half a session and then I'd just go home because I just couldn't be asked to do any more. Versus the morning, you're just going and going and going. Like you'll get to the end of a session and then you'll just do more. I'll finish a bodyweight workout or a weights workout and I'll just go for a run. I'll go on a cardio machine. I'll just do more and more because it's so enjoyable in the morning when you have so much energy. So step 2 is the meals that built my dream physique. With this, I remember for the longest time, I would just eat like intuitively. I was trying to bulk, I was trying to gain muscle, but I would just eat like, I wouldn't track my calories, I wouldn't know what I was eating, I'd just eat whatever I wanted really. And I do remember so many days where I generally ate nothing. Like I ate about 6 eggs and that was my whole day. There were so many days where I just didn't eat a lot of food. And this is obvious, it's not going to help me build muscle. Like, eating not enough food obviously doesn't help you build muscle. But that's what I was doing all the time. Some days I'd eat loads of food, other days I'd eat none. And this didn't help at all, as I was wavering and wavering, and I was just maintaining weight. But instead, what I wanted to do, and what I should have done to build muscle, was just have a system, have a literal meal plan that I just stick to every day. I eat the exact same foods that are proven to build me muscle and get me in good shape. And if I can do this every single day, then I'm guaranteed to build muscle. It's just I had to do it every single day, eat the exact same foods. And it's boring, it's hard to do. But it's the necessary step, and it's the step that actually built me my dream physique. As when I started eating the same foods every day, and I just stuck to this routine of the same foods, the same time, like everything, like to the minute, trying to do everything as consistent as possible. That's when I started to see progress. That's when I started to build muscle. As your body gets, like, we're habitual creatures, and once you start doing the same thing every day, it just becomes normal. It becomes automatic to do the same thing. Like, do you even think about brushing your teeth? You just do it naturally. You just brush your teeth. Like, you don't have to think about it at all. You just know how to do it. You go around and know everything. So here I'm going to show you a simple whole foods meal plan you can copy, as we want to use whole foods as the most important foods we can have. They've been around for thousands of years and they're best for muscle growth. It's literally your meats, your vegetables, and your fruit. These foods are the most nutrient dense, and they're just going to help us the most, as they're optimal for human health. As you can imagine, who would make more muscle? Someone eating McDonald's every day, or someone eating steak and eggs every day? It's obviously going to be the steak and eggs. They've got a higher protein and the food's just healthier for you. Versus, like, think of someone who just eats KFC or McDonald's or pizzas every day. They gain fat, they gain chubbiness, they gain chubby cheeks, as these processed foods aren't good for us. But the whole foods that I'm going to show you here, this is what's going to build you muscle and make you progress. So meal one is 6 eggs and 1 avocado. This would prioritise an animal protein throughout this whole thing. It's the animal protein I found builds me muscle the best. It gives you muscle, but it keeps you lean. Like, I still have like bicep veins while I was bulking, while I was getting bigger. I kept my abs the whole time. This is because this animal protein, it's dense. It's got all the nutrients and amino acids, like I said, and it's not going to gain you fat, as you can't overeat with animal whole food protein. As try eat 30 eggs, try eat something like that. It's so hard to do, as you get fuller so much quicker because your body's getting all the nutrients it needs. And then it's saying, like, I don't want any more. I'm full. I don't want any more food. Versus if you eat something like crisps, like, how many crisps should you generally eat? You should eat a pack, and then another pack, then another pack. Like, you should eat a whole tub of Pringles easily. And that's like a family pack of crisps. That's because these have no nutrients in it at all. They have nothing in them. It's literally like cardboard. They don't have any, like, no electrolytes, no, like, they just have nothing in them at all. So this is why we can just eat and eat and eat them. And they're just empty calories that make us gain fat and make us get chubby. So we want to prioritise these animal proteins, like the 6 eggs and 1 avocado I showed you here. So meal 2 is 250 grams of beef mince, 25% fat, and 1 butternut squash. This, we want to make sure we have the 25% fat mince, as the high fat mince, one, it's brilliant for our testosterone. And the second thing is it's more calories, as 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, and 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So it has double the amount of calories in. And when you're trying to bulk, when you're trying to gain lean muscle, and you're trying to get in the best shape ever, this is so important. This is why we want to prioritise fat. But this also makes sense to why fat has been demonized, and everyone says fat is bad for you. It's just fat, like, it's not bad for you, it just has more calories in than you. More calories in than carbs even. So we don't want to demonize fat. Instead, we want to use fat to our advantage. We want everything in the highest fat quantity. The Greek yogurts, the cheese, everything we eat, want it to be highest fat. Even with the eggs, we want to have the yolk and the, I don't know what the other thing's called, but we want to have, like, the whole egg. We don't want to just have the yolk or anything like that. We want to keep everything high fat. Meal 3, we're going to have 200 grams of Greek yogurt, any type of fruit or honey, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and optional 2 eggs. This, we're keeping it high protein still, as within the first 2 meals we had 100 grams of protein, and by this meal we're on 145 grams of protein. This is brilliant, as protein's so essential for building muscle. We want to have 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds like I do, I want to have 180 grams of protein. This is optimal for muscle building and for getting big and building strong muscles. So we're prioritising protein throughout this whole diet, and nearly every meal has high protein. This meal here though, meal 3, is a pre-workout meal. So you want to have the fruit, the honey. These are high carbs that are going to give you energy just before your workout. You're going to feel energetic and you're going to have a good workout with this meal. And meal 4 is just like meal 2. It's 250 grams of beef mince, full fat, and 1 butternut squash. Here, we're just like the same. What you can do here is with a 250 grams of beef mince, if you buy a pack of 500 grams of beef mince, you can half it in two for the 2 meals. And the same with a butternut squash. If you buy like one of those massive butternut squashes, cut it in half. You can eat 1/2 for meal 2, 1/2 for meal 4. Here's the best way to do it, as it's simple like that, and butternut squashes are quite large. These meals are easy and cheap. They're not expensive, really like over the top meals. Instead, they're nice, simple meals to eat. That's why I've done it like this. These are just cheap meals that I can show you here that you can just follow. As beef mince, what essentially it is there's loads of just like meat that hasn't been used. It's all put into mincemeat, and then they add the fat. They add like the wasted fat and the wasted products into this mince. And this means this beef mince, it's a lot cheaper than steaks, than like any other cut of meat really. And it's just easy to eat, it's easy to have, and it tastes nice. Especially with a high fat, which is very good for our hormone health and everything. So that's why we prioritise beef mince. You can use other meats like steaks and all this different stuff, but beef mince is the cheapest and it's the easiest to use. When we come to snacks, with snacks, I think the best thing we can have, is a smoothie. We can put raw milk, we can put some fruit, probably frozen fruit. Frozen fruit's the cheapest type of fruit. If you buy a big pack of frozen fruit and you just defrost it, it's so much cheaper than buying actual proper fruit. That could be frozen mangoes, blueberries, anything like that. So we'll put milk, fruit, and then peanut butter, honey. We can put all of this into a smoothie, and this can be high calories within itself, as it's just a simple. Like the milk is high in fat, the peanut butter is high in fat, and these two high in fat foods are simple calories to have. So if you think you need more calories, use the smoothies. But we've also got things like cheese, yogurt, nuts, all these different things we can have in our diet as well as different snacks throughout a day. You can just snack on a handful of nuts. You can even have a fruit bowl where you put fruit, nuts, yogurt into it and eat that. That's high in calories, nice tasting. Maybe even put some honey on top if you want. Then we come to hydration. 2.5 litres of liquid every day. We want this to be water, milk, or fruit juice. We want this within the first 10 hours of the day, and that's the same with the food. We want to consume, if we wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, we want to consume all the food by 5 o'clock at best, or 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock at latest. But we want to push for the 5 o'clock mark. This means our body has digested all the food. Then when we go to sleep, we can sleep so much better. And I'll talk about more of that in the nighttime routine section. But we want to just make sure we're hydrated every day, as that's just good for our health and well-being. I come to the overall calories of this. It's 2,825 calories, 200 grams of protein, 140 grams of fat, 138 grams of carbs. This is obviously, you can change this to however you want. You can have more protein, which probably isn't needed, as 200 grams is a lot of protein for everyone. But you can increase the calories by using the smoothies, the snacks like I described, or you could increase the carbohydrates. If you want to add more fruit, as there's not much fruit in this, so you can add more blueberries, more bananas, all of that stuff into the diet. And even you can use vegetables. I don't really use vegetables as they're just not helpful for me. They don't give you any like extra micronutrients or anything that you need really in your diet, but apart from this stuff here. So you can use fruit and meat. That's what I use to build muscle and to feel great, to still have energy. And I think it's the best thing to do. It's what I found is the most sustainable, as the fruit is enjoyable to eat. So I sort of stay away from the vegetable side of it, but you can obviously add vegetables if you want. But we're hitting 200 grams of protein here, and like I said earlier, it's so important for muscle growth, and just building like lean muscle is so brilliant to do. And to find out more meal plans like this, recipes, grocery list, all of that, there's a link in the description where I talk about how you can build a physique like a fitness influencer. I also break down all the foods you can eat, loads of recipes, loads of meal plans, just so you can get the results as fast as possible. And what I found with all these meals here, what you want to do is you want to try eat them at the exact same time every day. So with meal 1, your 6 eggs, 1 avocado, try get up and have it at the exact same time. Like if you wake up at 7 o'clock every day, eat it by 7:30 and keep it to the same routine every day. This is what I found works best, is it helps you get the macros in every day, as the best way we're going to build muscle and bulk is by eating the exact same foods every day, the exact same time, and having this same amount, making sure we hit our macros every single day. So you want to structure it. You want to have the exact same foods at the exact same time. Like eat breakfast, lunch, your pre-workout, everything at the same schedule. This is what works best. It may be a bit boring, it may be a bit dull, but the same foods, the same time, the same schedule every single day works so well. And step 3 is a nighttime routine. I found for the longest time, I actually slept on sleep. I didn't know how important it was. As what sleep actually does for us is it's where we build muscle. It's actually where our muscles get bigger. And what I mean by this is when we go to the gym, what we're doing is we're causing micro tears in our muscles. So we're like, this is why your muscles burn. You're tearing your muscles apart and like you're breaking them down. Then when we sleep, when we rest, when we recover, that's when they grow back. But they don't grow back like at the same size. Instead, they grow back a little bit bigger than before. And this is what we're doing every time we go gym. We go gym, we tear our muscles down, cause loads of micro tears in our muscles. Then we sleep, we recover, we get good nutrition, and our muscles will build back stronger and bigger than before. But if you don't have good sleep, then they're not going to build back stronger and bigger than before. And I really found this out this month. I'm doing Ramadan, and I've just not been getting good sleep. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to eat and everything, and it's just not been going well. And I've really been able to see the fatigue, the low energy, and just not the muscle growth. As I remember, I was literally just playing football yesterday and just kicking a ball around for a couple hours. And I've woken up today and my legs are sore. I feel tired still. And even yesterday when I was doing it, I just didn't have that much energy. And I could put it all down to sleep. You feel so much more lethargic. You don't feel alive, awake. You don't have as much energy when you don't sleep well. So this is why sleep's so important. It gives you one, energy for your workouts, for working out and like having the energy to push yourself as hard as possible. 2, is how you recover, it's how you feel better, and it's how you actually build bigger muscles. And as well as all this, just you feel so much better when you sleep a good 8 hours each night. You just feel so much more rejuvenated. Here's a few tips how you can better your sleep. The first thing I found that really helps is to not drink or eat 2 to 4 hours before sleeping. Doing this between that window it helps your body digest, like I said. If you don't drink or you don't eat any food 2 to 4 hours before going to bed, your body, your gut, you're not still digesting food when you're sleeping. That means you can just rest, your body can just relax. And not drinking any water 2 to 4 hours before means you don't have to get up during the night and to go pee. So there's so many times I'd get in the night, get up, I'd need to pee, I'd go pee, I'd come back to bed and I just wouldn't sleep. It'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd just sit there and I'd just be bored and I'd be like, what do I do? I can't sleep. I'm still so awake now because I've had to go to the toilet. So that's what the first step. The second step is I find reading before going to bed really like relaxing and really nice to do. What you can use is a red light, and this just really helps you sleep. So what you can use is a red light like this. Like it doesn't look very bright, but when the whole room's dark and everything, this shines, and it's not as bright on your eyes as like a normal light like this. This is a lot brighter than what a red light is. But if we use a red light when we sleep, like you can see everything, but your eyes aren't like made to be really wide awake and you're not seeing loads of bright lights. So the second thing we can do is read before we sleep, and we use a red light to help us do this. And the first thing is don't go on your phone 1 hour before bed. Don't like look at any screens at all, as when you do this, it has loads of blue light emitted to it and it wakes up your eyes. It does your circadian rhythm. As when we see the blue light, we just assume it's like the sun and it keeps us awake. It keeps us feeling alive. But if we remove this light and we just like read a book, or we just do something productive for like the last 1 hour, maybe we even just sit there in silence and just think to ourselves, or we have a shower, brush our teeth, we do loads of different things, then we sleep so much quicker. You actually start to get really tired when you don't look at your phone 1 hour before you sleep. But with these 3 tips, they really help me sleep, and there's loads of tips out there, but these are the 3 I found that were the most important and worked the best. As the best thing I ever found is when you wake up and you just feel alive, you feel awake, you got loads of energy and you just feel fresh. You're ready to smash your day out straight away. This is all because you get good sleep, and sleep's just so important to do this. As sometimes, if you haven't slept well for such a long time, like you never get good sleep, you don't realise how good it is to have good sleep. As like this last month, I haven't been getting good sleep, and I realised how much my performance has dropped. I've missed so many more gym sessions just because I've been tired, because I want to go to sleep. I've not been able to stay consistent. I've not been able to push as hard for any session at all. I've not had really any that brilliant sessions since I've not been having good sleep for the last month. And this is all because I haven't been sleeping well. And once you start sleeping well again, you feel amazing. You realise how beneficial having good sleep is for you. The last thing that I do with my nighttime routine is I plan tomorrow. This is what I spoke about earlier. It's like when I used to wake up and I'd just not plan my day at all. Instead, I'd go to the gym at a random time. I'd eat food at a random time. Nothing would be planned at all. And I was never as productive. I'd procrastinate so much. I'd sit there and I'd wonder, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I'd just end up scrolling on my phone, looking at Instagram Reels or something silly. And this is because I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was doing. But the best thing to do is to plan tomorrow. Know what you're going to do tomorrow. So this is where, you see, I have this weekly planner. Every week I plan what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do the next day. As you can see, it's Friday today. And I've got record, then mosque, then swim, then edit. That's what I've got planned for this day. You don't have to have a really autistic plan out every minute of every second of the day. But just have a general plan. Like with this, I know within like the first hour, 2 hours of my day, I'm going to record. And then I've got to go to the mosque by like 12:30. And I've got to swim by like 2. And then like I know the general whereabouts. I just need to plan it. I just need to write it down. This is it's so important. It's so helpful to do. And I definitely recommend you do this. Is you just plan tomorrow. You plan exactly what you're going to do. And doing this every day of a week, it just makes it easier. It makes it easier for yourself for next morning with your morning routine and everything. So that was all for this video. If it helps, look out for my next video, which is on 3 foods that helped me build my dream physique. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Click the link in the description for the fitness influencer blueprint, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.